So this is a Cummins RS40 water-cooled generator we're putting in here. I got it installed on a 6-inch slab next to a shed. I'm putting the transfer switch in a shed. Transfer switch isn't rated cold enough here. We're just south of the Canadian border in northern Minnesota. So I'm going to put it in a shed with a little bit of heat in there to keep it above zero. This is the 40 kilowatt, which is about perfectly aligned to a 200 amp service. So 40 kilowatt, 240 volts. It's a little over 160 amps, which is 80% of 200 amps. So that's the full load limit of a 200 amp service, assuming this thing could really keep up at 40 kilowatts. So on the bigger unit on these Cummins, they've got a turbocharger and an intercooler. And then they have a little different magnet on the generator to improve its output. And that's how they get to the biggest power output level on the 1800 RPM units. This one's kind of interesting. They mix the propane before the turbocharger, which of course is before the intercooler. So the intercooler is burn ready gas air mixture going through it. I got the accessory kits for cold weather. This is interesting. The water heater looks like it comes on at 60 degree F outside, turns off at 80. That's really not appropriate for Minnesota. That'll run year round. So I'm probably going to need a secondary thermostat somewhere to turn that thing on when it's actually cold out, not just at 60. But the accessories are, looks like pretty much off the shelf stuff. There's a battery charger there. Saw that block heater on the other side that does the coolant. Now the manual gives these stub up locations pretty carefully, and they mean it. There's 4 spaces here for bringing stuff up. That's the accessory 20 amp circuit. Here's the line, you can see it through there for the control lines. These fuses here look like they might be for the yeah, I don't think they are for the accessories. I think the accessories all come right here to this 20 amp line. On the other side, there's your 200 amp feed. I put one over here for low voltage. I think I might want to do a RS45 485 secondary control unit off of this thing, so I put one more raceway there. I just bolted it down today. These are wedge bolts. Dan said tap cons would be fine, but I think Dan's wrong. I think wedge bolts are better. Plus these are a galvanized wedge bolt with that blue nut, which I think looks pretty nice. So that's it so far. It's bolted down. Gas penetration here. Basically they mark the gas input area on the footprint diagram in the manual. That's really the only place you don't want the gas to come up through the slab. I think you want that offset, slide sideways here, and then turn and go into the unit.